This is another activity that we're going to do using our flex sensor, and this time we're connecting it with also a servo, so that as we flex the servo will move. So we're using what's called the Gemma M0 board. This is a great little board, and because of its size, it means we could put it into smaller areas, such as a glove or a belt. So it's a really great board for those wearables where you might want something a little smaller. The code, all we're going to do, it's a really quick piece of code, is we're going to include the servo library. This way we can use all the servo functions. We create an instance of the servo, and you can have up to 12 servos. You'd need a bigger board, but you can control 12 with this library. We're then defining a variable called flex pin, and we're going to be using pin A0. So this is an analog pin because we want a series of values. We don't want just on and off. So we're choosing A0. For the Gemma board, you do need to put that letter A in front of it. Then we get to our setup, and all we're setting up here is the serial begin. This way we can speak and open the serial monitor and see what our code is doing. We then attach the A1, which is the pin we're going to be using for this servo 1 that we declared earlier up here. Now we jump straight into the void loop. So now we have a flex position and a servo position. The flex position is equal to whatever the value is, the analog value from that flex pin that we mentioned earlier. And then the servo position. Here we're using the map function that we have seen before, but this map function will take the values from our flex sensor. So do check what your flex values are. They may differ. And it will map them to the output values that we want. So because we want the servo to go from 0 to 180, those are the values that we're going to map it to. And then same thing here, servo position, we are constraining it to the values that we have as our input from the flex sensor. Servo write is basically where we're getting it to move. So this is now saying we've got the number that we want and we want to move it this many steps or in this position. Again, as we've got the serial to print to it. So we're going to print what is the sensor and what is the servo position. A very small delay at the end just to let it update those settings. So when that's all done, what we're going to do is make sure that our board and our port is selected. And if those are correct, we're going to upload this to the Gemma M0. So we'll click on the upload and we'll just have a look at the output. Okay, and once that is finished uploading, what we'll then do is we're going to open the serial monitor so that way we can see what is happening. So at the moment, nothing's moving. It's not getting any values, but now I'm going to move the servo. And you can see this little servo motor here is moving based on how much I am flexing the little flex. So it's a nice piece of code. It is very reactive. This might be nice maybe on a finger piece. It's only a small servo. But don't forget, you can use your own flex sensors. You don't have to use this flex sensor here. So you can use your own sensor that we made, and you can also get it to move the servo.